Hello and a very awesome morning to you all traders. It's Tirunagapan here, founder of Master the Markets, Elite Traders Conference and the Traders Open Day. So today we are on the cable today on the Morning Glory strategy, the intraday elite strategy. So as you can see, this looks at just price behavior alone, just price alone. As you can see right now, we already entered into the trade. We are 246 pounds up, just less than basically about 20 minutes. We're up about 250 pounds. Okay, right now, as we all know, as traders, of course the profit is not realized until we exit the trade. Okay, so you must have your exit points already pre-planned and at strategic places. Now you must first need to predetermine all these levels, what we call a price map. I have mentioned all this in my previous videos of the recordings that we have done. And in the price map, certain critical levels you must definitely have. I've also mentioned them. If you've not heard of them or can't remember them, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the videos are all there logged in, so you can go and watch all of that. So that is what you need to track your levels and to see where you need to take your profit, where you need to get out in terms of stop, which direction you're meant to be taking your trades today. Today, direction on the cable is a short. Is what we're looking at as a downside. So that's what we'll be concentrating on and be covering our positions. Just in case it reverses against us, and be looking for future positions as well. I will be updating this video as we go along into the morning, and I'll just stop this video for now and I'll resume it later to see how the progress of this video carries on of this trade. Okay traders, as you can see currently right now we are up still about 440 pounds. It's nearing our target, but what I do want to mention to you is that most traders would always be worried about getting to their target, just waiting for the price to hit, even if it's 1 pip away, 2 pips away, and they'll hold on to their trade. Now, what do you actually do about that? Now, what you need to have is basically the exact quantified levels of what you want to do, because you see, it really doesn't make sense if it's just 2 pips away from your target and you hold on to it and it reverses back and hits your stop loss. Why do you want to give back all that profits? So what price level should you be looking at? So over here I have a level mark. 2845 is actually my target level, as you can see over here, which is highlighting as green at the moment. Now you can see that 5 pips away from that is where my green line is at 2850. So I have a rule written down that whenever it hits that level, then I would move to the 5-minute bar and close that trade within that 5 minutes. Okay, that's what I've written down as a rule, because I think that what's the point of just waiting for like 3-4 pips? Sometimes just for that 5 pip target you'll be waiting for 1-2 hours, and as you know, the more longer you wait in the market, the more risk you acquire as well. And especially intraday trading, it's not totally advisable, because another thing that you must get aware as traders, and this is critical information, I learned it the hard way, is that one thing is to get to the target. One point is to get to the target. Alright, price getting to the target. So getting to the target. Now the second point is the most critical point, okay? The second point is the most critical point. The second point is how it gets to the target. How it gets to the target. And that's what we call basically the price route probability. The price route probability. Okay, the price route probability, that's what we call. So the second one is so important, right? How it gets to the target. You might get to your target, but how it gets to your target, you might hit your stop loss, you may come further down, or you might just retrace a bit more further up and then come down, or stagnate for 2-3 hours before getting there. This is all you need to be very critically aware of. Okay, this is very important. Two critical levels I'll definitely be looking at. 2850, because 5 pips away from my target. Another one is your previous daily low, okay, which is over here, which is exactly at 2848 if I'm not wrong. Okay, the level here is 2848, that's right. So I'll be looking at all these levels at the moment before I look to take my profit out. Okay, alright, so I'll pause the video now and I'll resume it very shortly. Okay traders, now you can see that you have the close of the bar at the moment. Time is 9 AM, and you can see another thing that you can also take note of as well, that you do need to do some studies upon, is basically the price level that it comes close to the previous day low. So the previous day low over here, as you can see, is 2848. Over here, as you can see, is 2851. You can see that it's come shy of about 3 pips. Okay, 3 pips. So anything that it comes near to about 5 pips, you need to know how long does it then take to take out the previous daily low. Of course, if you thinking of holding it for 5 hours to take out the previous daily low, that really doesn't make sense if it's come to 5 pips away from that. So what we have found in our range studies is an X number of hours, and we want to keep it for that amount of time before we really take it out. And in today's example, we will be taking it out just within 2 hours from this particular point. So at 11 AM I'll definitely be looking to close this trade. Of course, if the price shows me something else before then I'll be taking out my profits as well. Okay, I won't be holding on to them much more longer. Alright, I guess that's me for now. So the most important thing to take from this is the time. The time taken to take out the previous daily low or high once it comes X pips near to the daily high or low. So that's what you got to be noteful of. Hello traders, as you can see over here, that we are still currently in this trade. Our target point is at 2845. One of the levels that we need to be looking at to exit the trade is at the previous daily low, which is at 2848, and also next one is at 2850. So it's all quite very nearby. As you can see, it's still been hovering around the same price over here. It's going to be 10 minutes to 10. So still observing this. As I've already said, it's very critical that we do not get attached. To the target levels, okay? Because there's already money that's been given by the market. You don't want to lose it all back. So you got to be, in instances like this where it's very near, it's hovering around, you have to look and think of critical levels where you want to cover yourself and take your money out, and that's it, you know, for the day. Because one thing which is very difficult for you to cover is the route, is the price route in which how it gets to its target. Okay, that is one of the most trickiest ones. Alright, so we'll continue to monitor this and I'll update you shortly. Okay traders, as you can see now, the trade is moving in momentum, moving in speed at the moment. It's taken out the low as well of the previous bar, and it's going for the previous daily low. 2850 is a level that I'll be looking at because it's just 5 pips above my target point. Okay, so that is something that I'll be looking at. Currently we're just up 630 pounds over here, as you can see, and we got into this trade at about 8 o'clock, just about 5 minutes past 8, 6 minutes past 8, just about 2 hours. We're up 640 pounds. We'll continue to hold this trade until it gets to 128.50. Then we will see how we are going to close this trade. Okay traders, as you can see over here, at this particular moment the low has come to 128.50. The low has come to 128.50. 750, which is basically 5 pips just above the level of our target. I just have to follow my rules at this moment, and I'm just going to move on to the 5-minute chart, and I'm just going to close the trade as of this 5 minutes over here. Okay, so I'm just going to position myself here in terms of the price, and I will just close my order at the close of this hourly bar, or of the close of this 5 minutes basically. So that's what we're going to be doing. And let's see, I'm just going to keep my hand on the close order as well, and whichever gets to it, we'll be closing the order. Okay, so for the next hour that it opens up, then we will close the trade. We won't hold it any longer. Currently up about 750 pounds, just hovering just about 2 pips away from our target, and there we go, we close it at the moment. Okay, now over here, let me just close that. That's it. So that's closed, and that's banked in now for 744 pounds over here. Okay, as you can see over there, right? So that's that. In terms of that trade over there, as you can see over here, so that's basically what we have at the moment in terms of cable. 744 pounds just banked in into that particular trade over there. Okay, as you can see at the moment, right? So that's what we do have in terms of cable. Now the learning points really from here is that once it hits your target levels, once you are in with your plan, don't wait for 1 or 2 pips, or for 5 pips or 3 pips, whatever it is. You know, the X number of pips is not important, but you must have a plan so that you don't hover around in the market just waiting for 1 or 2 pips. This is not what we want to do as professional traders. You must have a plan to get out, because as you know, in terms of currency trading, or in terms of any type of trading or commodity trading as well, the price can really move against you at any one point of time, and we have seen that especially in cable is really a highly moving currency. Okay, so that's all from me as from today, as of trading on cable in terms of the Morning Glory 4.0. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.